Hey folks, hope you're enjoying your weekend and looking forward to the next week. I'll be here again. Just wanted to update you on different ways I'm looking into the market and what potentially we can expect from the week next, which is an important week. Like I shared in my post, it's we have FOMC on Wednesday. This is a quad witching OPEX week as well for Friday, and then overall, seasonally the week period is almost getting over as well, right? So a few events, but mostly I wanted to talk about the price pattern or the action that we could expect, and how do we position ourselves, right? So with that, just wanted to kind of talk about this first overall structure, as I've given a lot of ideas in the past on how this whole thing can work out in the coming period, but just wanted to go over those again in this one short video so that you have a little bit of or you actually have a lot of idea on how to go about it for the next few weeks, right? So the first, let's talk about the first one, which we talked about it before as well. Our idea had been before that, and this is on a larger level, that whether we had bottomed last week or will we make another dip. I'll go into the short time frame for that, but largely we are talking about the pattern where we get a bounce, and if we have bottom already, that's fine. If we not, we'll bottom next week. But the price moves back here into 5900 5900 level, and then after that we get another dip to either test this trend line, possibly go a bit lower to 5200 5300 area, and we call this as an ABC, and after that the rally starts, right? So this becomes R4, right? So this has been an idea that we have been talking about. Now, I've said this before, and don't want to kind of keep repeating the same stuff, but this wave B can be 60%, can be 78%, and can go as high as 100% as well, right? If there's a chance of a flat for a four, or this whole thing can become a triangle and all that. So a lot of patterns are possible in wave four. We will just be looking for the first bounce somewhere into the 5900 area, and then after that seeing if there's more potential to go up, or it does something else as well, right? But again, the bounce is expected, right? Whether it comes from low into back into that, or it just starts moving here into the higher 5900s in the next week, right? So that's that, and then another drop, right? So now, another thing which came into my mind last week, and I shared this as well on X, probably on Discord as well, is that if I try to align this with the seasonality, and if the seasonalities is saying that April towards summer should be largely a positive move, and we should index should move positively in that direction, then I was kind of thinking on the other side, and on the other options available, and I was just going with something like this, that instead of looking at this to be just an A drop of this wave for A, B, C, instead of this being an A drop, why it couldn't be a C drop of the four, right? Which means my four comes here uh, altogether, and the way I would be looking into that is that, and this is a right count. There's nothing wrong with it. But will have to keep evaluating what's happening as the move progresses, right? So here, what I'm looking at is that my five waves were done here right after the election, like this, right? And after that, what all we got was a period of uncertainty, a wave A, B taking their own time to kind of build this stoppish pattern, in which you can always say that you had A, B, and a C marking an A here, which means the correction really started from here, but made an expanded flat correction in the first A leg, and my A came in here, right? Then I had a B bounce, And overall, I'm looking into an expanded flat correction, and this was a C leg down, right? Again, either the bottom is in last week or we probably see another low, and but the overall bottom is in, which means this four correction is done by testing 5500, and all what's going to happen is we are going to start making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over the next few months, right? Going into July or so, or maybe a little longer. This rally will continue because all this formation of one and twos, it can take a lot of while, right? So these are the two patterns where either the four is complete or we just completed the A leg of four, and things are going to get more complicated for the next couple of months. That's one option, and this is another option. But in either case, we are going towards 5900, right? So that there is no second opinion on that. Whether from making that 5900 move, are we going to start making a move to make another low below 5500, or is it going to be just a higher low, maybe retesting 56 or maybe 5700 or something like that, and then starting the wave 3 afterwards, right? So these are the two things which you need to keep in mind, that either four completes now or the four continues for long term, right? So we'll keep talking about it. I'll keep you updated as we move forward into this, right? Now this is a little longer term approach, or the structure that I wanted to talk about. Now getting into the smaller time frame, whether we already got low on last week on Thursday, or is this probably a bounce which is going to be sold again? That potential still exists. And last week when I shared my plan, I said if I'm looking into this count in a way where I had this wave 1, 2, and this was building off a 3, and my 3 ended here, then I'm potentially moving up for 4, can move into a little bit higher, probably 5670, can do maybe 5700 as well, right? If it wants to go up, still okay to actually make this 3 here, 4 here, and then come back for one more low, right? So if you look into the structure here, we are making a higher high here above this previous high. A higher high is being made. Now it all depends. First, of course, does it push higher when the futures open today, or opens market opens tomorrow? Does it push higher? That's one thing. And when it comes back down, let's say let's say the bottom was in last week, but it's still come down because we have to make the smaller wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before we actually head into that 5900, right? So even for that, it will come down. But the point is that if this higher high is established, will it make a higher low coming here right into where it gapped open on Friday? Or is it going to start building another 5 wave down, right? Something like this. And the bottom will be somewhere in the ballpark of 5400 or higher 5400, right? So like 5430 or 5450, something like that, but something lower than this, right? Making a wave 5. So that's something on a small time frame will work this week to just see that, okay, is it a wave 4, or everything was done just right here, and we are just going to get a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Building the first big wave up, right? So this is what I have in the trade plan today, just marking about the important levels. Important level being this being the resistance. If this price starts moving up higher than this, then certainly the low is in. I wouldn't just keep imagining and shorting that, okay, a wave 5 down is coming. Okay, this was not the bottom and a new one is coming. If this starts moving up, starts closing the gap, that's bullish in itself. And I'll start looking at that as either a wave 1 up or a wave A up or something like that. And then an expectation would be just a higher low, not a lower low, right? Which means a retracement here and going upwards like this, right? So just make this wave 1 sort of thing, which could be somewhere again higher 5900s or 5900 value, right? So this will get started, at least on Monday. we will get an idea that whether this particular zone, 5940 or sorry 5640 or 5666 or at the max around 5700, do we get any hard resistance here? If we already start falling on Monday, because we saw some rejection after close on Friday, right? If it already starts building up a move below and it's unable to cross 5650, yeah, but it's pretty much kind of given that we'll get this new low probably before FOMC. Just build up this move in the first 2 days of Monday and Tuesday, and from FOMC, before FOMC or during FOMC, this thing can hold bottom and move up, right? So key levels to look into is, again, below 5700 there is a chance to make a new low. If new low comes, I will be buying it for sure, and because that's a great risk reward trade, completing all the 5 waves down and you get a bounce. I still hold my longs, as I explained in the previous videos, that I've been buying SPXL on each dip, and each 100-point dip. Right, I'm holding it, and if it goes straight up, that's great as well. And if we get a higher low, that would be an opportunity to add some options and all that, because your VIX will drop quite a bit as it moves to higher into one. Right, options will become cheaper again, and probably a good idea to wait for this smaller dip onto two to actually long into some options as well, or add SPX or whatever way you want to trade it, right? So quite an area here between below 5700 where you can keep adding. You get 5400 low, keep adding, right? And the target for this, either an A B C correction or a wave one, is again somewhere into higher 5900 or higher, right? So there is a good 400-500 points run which I'm looking to capture with this move. And let's see what Monday brings in, right? Giving us a new low or pushing it higher, right? Kind of giving an idea whether the low was in already or low was not, and we are getting another low for another opportunity, right? So these are the few things that you need to just keep in mind from the levels perspective, and keep building the position towards the long side. This is not an opportunity to short at this point. At the lows, we already digged deeper than I would have thought. I never thought that 5500 is something that we're going to say. I was looking at 5670, 5700 area, but it dropped another 150 points below than that. But now there is an opportunity to kind of shift towards long if you haven't already, right? So I hope this helps and give you an idea of what to expect next week. Let's see how the structure forms. More to come in the updates as we progress further on what I see developing in the near future as well. Thank you very much, and have a good rest of your weekend. Thank you.